Hello, I'm Jericho, the Talentless Creative. So, for today's little experiment, I want to do something with these paper strips. These are scraps from my designs that I tested before selling them online. So usually, before I list my new digital designs, I would try them myself first. So I would print them out mostly on cardstock papers, and then I would use those as my listing photo as well. I used to throw all of these away, but ever since I plan to do junk journal, so I have a lot of these that I need to do something out of them, but I wasn't really sure what I'm gonna do because I can't really use them as part of a collage or make a junk journal page. I thought of painting them before, like I painted my other paper scraps, so I thought of painting all of these before, but I mean, that's a bit ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, look at these. I'm sure there are people who do that. I don't think I have that sort of patience. And I also noticed that I have so many, like this is one of them. I have this jar of scraps. So I've been collecting them. And if you remember from my last video, I showed you a green biodegradable bag of just paper scraps, but that bag is not a really good one. So then I actually found this plastic jar where I can just keep all of my paper scraps in it. Now, my plan is to actually connect these strips like this, maybe using a clear tape, and then I'm going to paste random paper scraps here. It's basically collage, really, like the rip and paste method that I love using, the one that I mentioned in my last video. So that's basically what I'm gonna do here. It's better for me to just get into this because that way you'll get a better idea of what I'm trying to do. So I separated the similar sizes of paper strips. Firstly, I'm just going to simply connect them. So this part is going to be a bit boring, so I'm just going to show you a little bit of it, and then I'm going to skip to the next one. Ta-da! So I've connected all of the paper strips I showed you just now with clear tape, and this is the roll. All we need to do now is some collage work using random paper scraps. Just paste on this long strip of paper, and then we'll see where we go from there. Let's start pasting random scraps first. So this is the entire jar. I'm just gonna pull random scraps. It doesn't matter, it doesn't need to match. I'm not planning it. I'm just going to pull them out, and then I'm gonna paste randomly, and then any excess I'm going to trim them off with scissors. I didn't want this glue to stick on my cutting mat, so I used this paper instead. It starts to rain heavily outside. Can you hear that? I'm not sure if the mic is picking up the thunder. I really love doing this sort of collage, just rip and paste. I will do it intuitively with whatever I'm feeling. Like it's sort of a gut feeling where the pieces goes. But for this one, I'm not even thinking or feeling whatever it is. I'm not even trying to do that. I'm just simply pasting anything Just anything at all. That's the whole point. And do you see these excess? I'm just gonna trim them off later. I went out for a bit just now to get lunch, and then I wasn't planning on getting coffee, but after lunch I thought might as well. So I went to get coconut latte. Really good, by the way, because I can't drink dairy milk, so I got coconut latte instead, and it was so good. And I also got a Krispy Kreme donut, the original glaze Krispy Kreme donut. Oof, the thunder is loud. Anyway, I really loved the original glaze donut at Krispy Kreme. I got that, and then I went to get coffee. Oh, it was so good. Because you see, I used to drink coffee every day. I even have an espresso machine at home. Well, an espresso machine at home that doesn't really work anymore. I'm the only one who knows how to use it. But then I kind of stopped drinking coffee every day because I realized it didn't do me any good. I'm someone who deals with a lot of anxiety, who deals with a lot of mental health issues, so it's quite a bad idea to drink coffee, to be caffeinated every single day. So I stopped drinking coffee every single day. I stopped buying coffee beans. Again, my espresso machine is kind of broken anyway. I still know how to use it, but I don't use it anymore. And I just want to stop drinking coffee every day because I was starting to build a tolerance towards it, and it was very unhealthy. So I did. I stopped. I drink tea in the morning instead of coffee because the caffeine for tea isn't that strong, especially if it's green tea, like matcha tea. But I still drink coffee like once a week, just once a week, and some weeks twice, but a few days in between, not 2 consecutive days of drinking coffee. And I think I'm much better that way. Mood-wise, my mood swings are better than before, I'd say. Even my brother told me that my mood swings have improved. He said I used to snap a lot. I was very addicted with coffee before. I just rely on it to be energetic and just in a good mood. Because I am, like many of us, dealing with a lot of mental health issues, and it also runs in my family. So naturally, oftentimes I feel very groggy or just very down. And sometimes I feel super anxious for no reason. And after I stopped drinking coffee on a daily basis, I realized that caffeine didn't really do me any good. I mean, I thought it gave me a lot of energy, but it didn't regulate my mood well. But I am still addicted to it because every week I'll just crave it. I just wait for that moment when I can drink coffee again. So I do have an addiction problem with caffeine, with coffee specifically, because I like the smell, the taste. If you're into coffee like me, you'd know what I mean. It's just a bit unhealthy. So that's why I just take it in small doses now. Ooh, I also went to make a new pair of glasses just now. And it will be done in 2 to 3 days. At least that's what they told me. It's a new place that I went. I used to go to this other place that used to be really good, and it's located at the city center. But then, starting, I don't know, instead of having professional optometrists helping you, They just have like a bunch of salesperson just forcing you to buy stuff. And this is not like going into a shoe store or a bag or a handbag store. This is your eyes, right? I mean, you need it to see properly, but they're not even doing a good job because they're focusing more on getting you buy the more expensive stuff, like the more expensive lenses or the more expensive frames. And then like they will purposely judge you if you don't buy the more expensive one, like low-key shaming you. Doesn't work on me, by the way. That's why any marketing technique at all, any sales technique doesn't work on me. It never did. Maybe when I was younger, but I kind of learned to build a thick skin as I grew older. And now it just doesn't work on me anymore. And salespeople, they hate me so much. I mean, if you're a salesperson, an ethical one, very good. But, you know, some of them are just not. I get it. It's a tough world we're living now. Most of us, we're just struggling financially. And we're just trying to make sure that we'll survive another year. We can pay the rent, pay the bills, but well, bottom line is that glasses shop that I used to go, they've gotten really bad, really bad. So the one that I went just now is a new place that I discovered, and it's not that far from where I live, and they were really good. They have the sort of lens that I prefer, which is Zeiss lens, but in this economy, I think I cannot wear Zeiss lens. So I took the cheaper option. I mean, it's still doable for me, so it's fine. But I am very excited for my frame. I love it. I'm so excited for it. I don't even know why I'm telling you this. Maybe because I have nothing to say as I'm doing this. And I don't even know if this bit will make it to the final edit. Still a long way to go, guys. I think at a certain point I have to cut this, but I let you know when I do that. This is what we have so far. Maybe I should show you a little bit of it. Not bad, not bad. I know it looks a bit off right now, but trust me, once I trim this, it will look better. I got this from a shortbread box. Part of our range of fine baking. Maybe I'm just gonna use this part. I want to save at least, am I showing you this? I want to save this tiny part here, well, not the logo and stuff. This one, part of our range of fine baking. That one, I kind of want to save it for a cooking book junk journal or a recipe junk journal. Because I mentioned before in my previous I'm not sure. In one of my previous videos where I started to talk, that's the one, I mentioned that I'm going to make, after I'm done making all of these junk journal embellishments, covers, pages, all of these separate parts, what makes a junk journal, I'm planning to make something a little more niche, like a recipe journal, but a recipe junk journal, or a music junk journal, which is something I can understand better because I studied music for a long time, and then, well, pretty much my whole life. Not anymore, I'm done. And then I'm still into music these days and doing music compositions, piano compositions. So I want to niche down to different types of journals in the form of junk journal, making using all of the waste papers and stuff that I find at home or stuff that I want to get rid of, just upcycling them. That's what I plan to do. Because I mentioned this in my other video, but I think that video is really long, so I'm sure many of you don't even finish it. I mean, no hard feelings, I get it. I just wanted to see if I can actually make something that long. That's why I'm gonna tear it like this. Shortbread. Yeah, I'm gonna do it like that. Okay, I think this is where I have to stop filming. I will continue doing this, by the way, but the recording is getting a bit too long, and this is going to be a pain to edit if I keep this going. So I'm just going to show you what I have for now. So far, this is what I've done. And then I'm gonna continue this for the whole strip, for this long strip. And then I will get back to you. Phew, that was a lot of work. I made a big mistake. Well, firstly, because my vision in the beginning was that to make this like a long tape, like this one. And I was able to do it, but it was a lot of mess. I really shouldn't have made it this long. Well, I figured out I should have just worked on single strips at a time, like this, because then I can still use them, and I'm just going to store it as is. What I did with this, I did the same thing for this. I pasted random scraps here, and then I can just trim the excess off, like so. Like this. Look at that. Much better. And I can just keep these strips aside, and then I can use them whenever I need it. It tends to be like this. That's the problem when I make it a roll. Depends on the kind of glue you're using. Like me, I use the stick glue. It doesn't work really well for glossy papers like this, glossy and thick papers. So yes, I made a mistake, but that's the only way for me to know, isn't it? To experiment it. I mean, it's not that I wasn't able to achieve what I wanted to do, just that I ended up with a lot of mess. So I do have my roll now. I can use this anytime I want. I can turn it like into a frame, or I can make it something like this, right? I can glue here, but not using this stick glue, using a stronger glue, a more permanent glue. Then I can glue up here and over here, and then I can, what can I use to show you as an example? Like I can chop this off according to this size, like that, and then a little glue up here, a little glue down here, and then paste it like that. And then I can just slip this in like that, and then it will hold that. I don't know what's the name exactly for this, I forgot. So yeah, I think from now on I'm just gonna make it like this, as single strips, instead of making it a long roll of strip. It's a lot of work, and it's very messy. Whereas if I just do like this, I can just stack it by the side when I'm done. But I can still use this one regardless. So this is what I've done so far. It's a very long roll, and I don't think I'm gonna show you everything, but I think you get the idea of what I'm planning to do with this. I also tried making something else, which I'm planning to use for a collage challenge on Instagram, is this one. This is another example of what I did with the paper strip. For this one, I connected it as well, like I did for this long roll here. But then, yeah, like I mentioned, I won't do that anymore. Single strip. That's the key. But anyway, this is another example of what I did, because there is this image prompt by Polaroid Collage Challenge. It's a weekly image prompt, and these circles are from this week's Polaroid. So before I end this, a final look. This is the one I did with the long, very, very long paper strip. And again, I'm never gonna do that anymore. But yes, this is the one that I did with a very long paper strip, and you will be able to see this in the future on my junk journals, because I'm definitely gonna include them there. And I'll probably even use it for collage challenges on Instagram. We'll see. And this is how I'm gonna do it from now on, just a single paper strip at a time with random paper scraps on it. Instead of ripping random scraps off and pasting on top, I actually shape these into circles instead. Same thing actually, for this one I can still use it as, like I mentioned just now, glue up here, glue down here, and then the same thing. After that I can just slip this in between, and that will stay in place. Okay, I think that's about it that I'm showing for this week. Hopefully this video is going to be a lot shorter for you and a little simpler for me to edit as well. Alright, that's it for now.